Last Choice Country. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Collin Raye. Is this Josh?
It is. It's Josh and Shawn. How are you? Hello.
Hey, guys. How I'm doing great today.
Very excited to bring you to Bay City at the State Theater September 22nd, this Thursday, approaching fast.
No, it's going to be here before you know it.
You are, we're just talking about a few things that we wanted to talk to you about. Grand Ole Opry, after all these years, I saw that you were, asked to come back to the Grand Ole Opry. It still must be such an honor to play that event.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it never gets old because there's just so much, history. It sounds really cliche and everybody says it, but that's because it's true. I mean,
Sure.
you do feel you feel Hank Williams there, and you feel Ernest Tubb and A. Cuff and those guys, and everybody has played this when when you walk out there and you're on that circle piece of wood, from the original Lyman, and knowing who all stood on that. And it is an eerie feeling. The only negative about the Opry is that they only let you do 2 songs. That's it.
Oh,
And that's just the standard. Yeah, that's just the standard way they do it. Once you get out there, you want to play for an hour. And
Sure.
you do your 2 songs and then you're off, and that's just the way they do it. But it was exciting, and just to see little Jimmy Dickens in such good health and so ornery.
Sure.
And it's always a blessing to be around that guy, and it made me really think last week. Though that he's 90, I think he's like 92 or something.
Right.
I mean, it's just a matter of time, and eventually we're going to lose him. It really made me wonder what's going to happen to the Opry when he's gone, because he's kind of he's kind of the last of that batch, last of that group of people that were there in the golden era,
Well, I hate to tell you this, but we're only going to allow you to play 2 songs at the State Theater, too, so we're going to limit it.
Oh no!
I'm
really looking forward to coming up for that.
Your new song, "What I Need." We're currently playing it here at Last Choice Country. What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, actually, I didn't write that. My friend Karen Taylor Good wrote it, but she is just a poet, and she's written so many songs for me in the past. And this one, I'm so thankful that it's going to get a second chance.
Sure.
Because it was on an album before called Can't Back Down. It was my last album I did for Sony, and I was weaning myself from Sony at that time, and it was just a long story, but I'll write about it in my book one of these days. But I was leaving, and so the song was one of several that just kind of got forgotten. It was put out, but never was released to radio and never had a push behind it, and I just believed in the message of it, which is so true. And I think at this time in our history, most folks in this country are going to relate to that song. And over the years, I've played it anyway, even though it was just an album cut. I've played it on stage, and it has developed its own little following. People request it all the time, and so I'm so thankful that it gets to come back around now, and is really going to get a chance to get out there at radio and be heard.
Just an awesome song too. It really is.
Collin, we talked about the Grand Ole Opry and stuff. So do you still get that same rush when you walk onto that circle? I know you said that with all the greats that have been on there. Man, I can't even imagine just the adrenaline just to be able to stand in that circle and knowing who else has been there.
Oh, I know, and it never. I mean, a lot of people take that as, well, I've arrived and I'm one of them now. I've never considered that, because those people are like Mount Rushmore to me.
Right,
and
right.
I grew up. That's all I ever saw and heard and just admired, and so I consider it a privilege to get to be and get to share, just to have my moments. I mean, I'm on my 20. I've been getting to play the Opry now for 20 years, and
wow.
That's really, when you realize, man, I've played the Grand Ole Opry now for 20 years.
Sure,
that's awesome.
And, that's amazing, and there's no reason to think I won't get to go another 10.
Well, and I'm sure that it is truly a privilege to walk up there and see little Jimmy Dickens. Hey, Collin, how are you doing? And I can and I call him Tater. I get that everybody gets to call him Tater if you know him. And, right.
And to me, that means something to me.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure not only even at the Grand Ole Opry, but every time that you walk on stage. I mean, just on Facebook alone, you have over 10,000 people who like your page. But that's not just 10,000 people that like your page. These are dedicated fans to you.
Oh man, I've got the best, and I mean it. They have stood by me through success, through non-success, through big, huge albums, from album
all the way down through albums that didn't sell anything hardly at all, to, you know, I mean, you just never know. And they never give up. They just stay with me. They accept whatever I put out and like what I do. The show's always full. I mean, the people always come. Which I think is a testament to the songs. That, you know, people just want to keep on hearing those songs. And, you know, we've recorded really good songs.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think lasts longer than the singer even. You know, I think those songs will still be being played by somebody somewhere even after I'm gone.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very cool. We're on the phone with country superstar Collin Raye coming to the State Theater this Thursday, September 22nd, right here in Bay City. It's an acoustic evening with Collin Raye. What can people expect differently from seeing you? If they've seen you with the full band, what can they expect with the acoustic show?
Well, you know what? It really, when we started doing a lot of these acoustic shows, which are now about 50-50, I bet we do as many acoustic shows as we do full band shows. And, you know, I got to admit, I maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but I've had cymbals crashing in my ears for so many years that you know, it's kind of nice just having myself and my piano player, who's awesome. She just covers so much music, you don't really need anybody else. And me on guitar. They've gone over really, really well. I haven't heard anyone say, "Gosh, we sure missed the whole thing." You know, we missed.
Right.
They don't. They like it. I think it's because it presents the songs in a fresh way again, like they were originally written. You know, just on the piano or on the guitar. And I don't know, music. It's just more. I think it's more musical and less splash. You know.
Well, and
I think. That's kind of what people want these days, I believe.
Sure. A lot of the time when you get a full band behind you, it really doesn't show the true vocals that the singer has. And I think that, you know, you do the acoustic deal, that those vocals are going to shine through now.
It's more up and personal, like with the acoustic, I think.
Yeah. It's very, very intimate, and theaters, small performing arts centers, things like that are the best venues in the country to get to play and present it, because you feel like you want. I try to make them feel like they're in I'm in their living room.
Right.
You know, they're in mine, and we're just talking. And I've always loved a good banter with the audience too. And in a big venue, it's you really can't do that.
Sure.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. In a smaller venue or in a theater where I can see people even in the back row, I don't know. I love to talk and tell stories and hopefully be a little funny, and that's what I enjoy doing. I think that's, you know, or at least attempt to, you know. And I just think I can be a better entertainer this way than the other way. I mean, for so many years I've done the thing running around and jumping off of stuff and, you know, doing a Garth impersonation basically. You know? And that's all been a ton of fun, you know, and people enjoy that. I still get a chance to do that once in a while, but I definitely like this unplugged way of doing things better.
I know that your time is limited, but we just got a few more questions. Who was that one person that you interacted with or that you performed with and you just said, wow? I mean, who is that one person that you really look up to in country music as far as that goes?
Oh, my gosh, there's so many that I've had a chance to. I mean, I've got to sing a duet with Tammy Wynette one time. I got to record a song with Dolly one time, which was pretty awesome. But I'd had Buck Owens. I've jammed and played on stage with Buck Owens quite a few times. George Jones, man, the Oak Ridge Boys. I could sit here all. I mean, it's a Johnny Cash. I didn't actually get to perform with Cash, but I got to do something with him in the studio.
Very cool.
Which was pretty awesome. I'd have to say, though, if I had to pick one, it would be Waylon Jennings. I always loved Waylon so much growing up, especially being from Texas, and just how he changed country music in such a bold, brash way in the 70s. And I just loved him. I got to know him a little bit before he passed away, and he's such a kind man, and he really believed in me. And I actually got to go on stage with Waylon Jennings and sing one time. And I think we did one of his more obscure songs. I think it was This Time.
Oh,
we did This time, if you want me to come. And he was so impressed that I knew so much of his music, you know. and we played together, and then afterwards we went to go hang out on his bus with him and Jesse and just talked about boxing and oh gosh, it was just that if I had to pick one time to freeze, it would be that one. I miss Waylon so much. We miss, you know, I think we miss his style, we miss his honesty, his musical honesty, and I just miss him as a human being. He was just a good soul.
Yeah.
On the phone with us, Collin Raye, State Theater this Thursday, September 22nd. Collin, thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys so much. God bless.
We'll see you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.